If you want to achieve a hardcore smoky eye, there's several steps that I'm going to instruct you on. Right now, Bobby has tips from our basic smoky eye. So what we did to achieve this, first, prime. You always want to prime. Next, we did a little bit of black liner, the Urban Decay Perversion liner, and we smudged that up with a smudge brush and a little bit of black shadow, and then blended. We also took the shadow down underneath with the smudge brush, and that's basically where we are now, but we're going to continue to build upon this to make it a little more hardcore. I'm going to start by using a little bit more liner. So starting at the lash line again, and I'm actually going to bring the wing out a little bit more here because we're going to make it a little more intense. And don't be afraid to just kind of get in there and fill it in. We're going to make it nice and dark. Don't worry if the line is not perfect because we're just going to be blending and smudging. So now that we have the intensity starting at the lash, we're going to blend it up so it's fading more. We don't want it to just look like a chunk. I'm going to take the smudge brush, a little bit of black, going right on top of that. And you want to work quickly so that this doesn't set. I really want a nice concentration of shadow, and if you see, I'm kind of bringing the line this way. And I'm going to make that a little bit clean. We'll clean this part up afterwards so that it's nice and clean, but I'm gonna bring the shape of the shadow out this way. And one cool thing to make an eye look a little more hardcore is I'm actually gonna incorporate a kind of cobalt blue color. The shadows that I'm using right now are from the Urban Decay Smoked palette, which I really love. It's perfect for any type of smoky eye that you're doing. You can get a natural smoky eye from this, you can get any type of color smoky eye, or even a deep smoky eye like this. So I'm just kind of, also another tip, tapping on the shadow in some areas if you're lacking pigment. Also, since this is a dark color, you want to be careful. You don't want too much fallout, but if fallout does happen, it's fine. We can clean it up. I'm just kind of tapping it in, doing tiny little strokes like this. So since we're making it hardcore, I almost want it to look like her eyes are deeper in their sockets. So I'm gonna take the darkness kind of up this way towards her brow bone. We're not gonna go any higher towards the brow on this outer edge. Now I'm about to start adding in the blue, just to give it a little two-toned effect. And I'm gonna use a little more of a compact brush. It's not quite as compact as the smudge brush, but this will do just fine for adding in the blue. I'm gonna start the blue over in this corner at the top and start bringing it over on top to the line we had already made on the outer corner with the black. If you can see, it's kind of fading from darkest to lightest since we've got a really intense black pigment down towards the lash. Okay, and I'm gonna go back through with a little bit of black again at the lash line. I really wanna make sure that the lash line is the darkest part of the eye. So when you're doing a smoky eye, you really wanna concentrate on the gradation of color. You want it to be very smooth and blended. There we go. So now I'm going to do a little bit of blending. I'm actually taking the lightest color in the palette, which is called Kinky, and I'm gonna go at the brow bone and just kind of blend it down so it's not quite as harsh up here. I like to take a little bit of the light color too and do this outer side. It just kind of cleans up the look. I'm kind of taking it around the side. Any type of edge you want to kind of blend down so that's not too harsh. There we go. And now I'm going to do a little bit more work underneath the eye. I'm going to bring the blue, since we concentrated the blue right over here, I'm going to concentrate a little bit right here on the eye. And I'm going to put a little more black on the outer corner. And you want to make sure that the upper shadow is connected to the bottom shadow, so I'm doing a little work in this corner over here. And the last step for this eye is to use the black liner on the inside. So I'm gonna do the inner rim now. I'm just pulling down on the eyelid a little bit. I'm just going ahead and lining. And you wanna make sure that there's no light space between the lash line and where you're lining. So you can even take on the outside when you're done and do a little bit right here. Get a little bit on this corner over here. And there you have it, a hardcore smoky eye.